Did you know that you have access to a blood test that tells you how fast you're aging, at least one very important facet of aging? And that's called your hemoglobin A1C. So let's talk about that. Now, these are the kinds of conversations I encourage and cultivate in my Undoctored book. Undoctored, Why Healthcare Has Failed You and How You Can Become Smarter Than Your Doctor. Because this is something your doctor will not know, or very, very few doctors know about this. Because they don't really care about slowing aging or how fast you're aging. They care about right procedures and drugs. And you're interested in health, including slowing down the aging process and staying youthful and vigorous, right? So there's a very useful test called hemoglobin A1C. It's commonly done to follow people with diabetes or pre-diabetes. And all it is, it's a test that measures hemoglobin and how much it has been glycated. That is modified by glucose. Glucose is blood sugar. The higher your blood glucose, the more hemoglobin in your red blood cells is glycated, which is irreversible, at least for the duration of the lifetime of a red blood cell, which is about 90 days. It's irreversible, and it reflects your blood sugar over about a 90-day period. So people with diabetes are semi-arbitrarily defined as a hemoglobin A1C of 6.5% or greater. Pre-diabetes tends to be a hemoglobin A1C of 5.6, 5.7% or greater, up to 6.4, 6.5%. Many diabetics have 11, 12, 13. What's ideal? 5.0% or less. In other words, that's where glycation of your hemoglobin is at its lowest point and just proceeds at the normal physiologic rate. So you're even at perfect blood sugars, you're glycating a little bit, but you've at least slowed down the process. Now, hemoglobin is only one protein, but it reflects glycation of all other proteins in the body. So, for instance, if you have a high blood glucose, high blood sugar, because you ate oatmeal, say, for instance, which causes extravagantly high blood sugars, you will glycate irreversibly the proteins in the lenses of your eyes. And that causes opacities over time that lead to cataracts. If you glycate the cells and tissues in your cartilage, over time it makes your cartilage brittle. And that can cause joint erosion, such as in your hips or knee, arthritis. You can glycate your skin and get age spots and wrinkles. That's a process of glycation. So just about every organ in the body is subject to glycation. And it also accelerates aging. So the more you glycate, the faster you glycate, the faster you're aging. That's why diabetics, for instance, who have these high hemoglobin A1C values of 8, 9, 10, 13%, age much faster than the rest of us. They develop dementia, cancer, heart disease, and many other health conditions at least a decade before the rest of us, often much before the rest of us. And that's because a big part of the explanation is they've been glycating like crazy from the high blood glucose. Now, your hemoglobin A1C reflects your rate of aging from the process, the common process of glycation. But you can control it, right? So following undoctored advice, also the Wheat Belly advice in my Wheat Belly books, but now updated and expanded into the undoctored conversation, you can bring that hemoglobin A1C down to rock bottom, 4.8%, 4.6%, meaning you slow the aging process down to its natural physiological level and not the extravagant rate of a pre-diabetic or a diabetic. And lots of Americans, lots of people have levels below that of pre-diabetes, say 5.5%, but you're still glycating proteins at a rapid rate and aging faster. So follow the Undoctored program to reduce your hemoglobin A1C. Do such things as eliminating wheat and grains and sugars. That alone is huge, and over time reduces your hemoglobin A1C. Because hemoglobin A1C reflects 90 days of blood sugars, it doesn't drop right away. So if you follow a perfect diet on January 1st, don't expect a drop in your hemoglobin A1C till about late spring or summertime. Okay? It takes that long for that value to respond. You can get this test through your doctor. You can do it on your own. You can buy a home test kit that you can use in your kitchen or living room. You can even buy devices that start about $125 or so that allow you to test over and over and over again your hemoglobin A1C in case you want to track it over time. They're more expensive devices also, but you can get pretty inexpensive devices too if you're interested. But that's how you gain control and track this wonderful measure, this gauge of the rate of your aging called hemoglobin A1C. Your doctor may raise objections saying, no, that's only for diabetics. It's not only for diabetics, and you can obtain it even if you don't have diabetes. It's a very common and relatively inexpensive test, so give your doctor a hard time if he refuses. If he still refuses, then you can do it on your own. Just by getting it from a do-it-yourself home test kit you can find in the pharmacy, or by going online and Googling hemoglobin A1C at home test kit, and you can find all the devices that allow you to do that on your own. But this is your way to track and then do something about this aspect, this important aspect of aging and causing diseases.